Hey, what's up, guys? So, I know it's been a while since I posted. It's almost been 4 weeks since I last made a video. And a couple of videos ago, I talked about how I'm thinking about different career paths because I just can't find an apprenticeship right now. And so, two options I was thinking about was one, nursing, and then the second one is trying to become some type of a manager or assistant manager. And I decided I'm like, the nursing is not for me. Even though I did end up applying for a practical nursing program, I decided I'm like, I can choose accounting or the nursing one. I'm like, Thing is, reason for the why I didn't want to do the nursing one, even though a lot of people talk about how it's it's what's called, like dealing with blood and feces, maybe giving the wrong medications or dosages to a patient. The stress from upper management or from coworkers, like, yeah, all of that, and long hours and night shifts, like, yep, all those things are definitely not a joke to be considered. But I think the major one is the emotional toll and mental toll that it takes on you when you're dealing with death and you're dealing with patients' family members and having to tell them bad news, right? I don't know, man. That's you know what I'm saying, that's a bit too much for me, I'll be honest. And I already have my own history of mental health, so if you have past history of mental health or mental struggles and you try to do something like that, you enter the medicine field or anything health related like that, I don't think it's going to end up very well, right? Unless you really put in the work and you take care of yourself and you're able to become a little bit stronger. There's some type of strength that you need to have to be able to work in that specific profession and field. So for that reason, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. So instead, I ended up getting into a 3-year program for accounting. It's called Business Administration Accounting. It's a 3-year program. It's kind of like a blend between, give me 1 second. Blend or mix, because my signal's so annoying. Okay. Blend or mix between business administration and accounting, right? So that gives me flexibility. I can do like accounting clerk, I can do payroll. I think I can, what's the other one? Payroll, clerk, maybe accounts receivable, bookkeeping, right? That sort of thing. Although a lot of those jobs are unfortunately very replaceable by AI. But the things that are not replaceable with AI is the fact that I have the opportunity, because it has business administration involved, I can become like an assistant manager. Right, and then from assistant manager, I can become a full-on manager if I really want to, if I have the experience and potential and capability to do that, which is not a very easy thing to do because that's also heavily experience-based, right? So, go back to say, right, this program is 3 years long. So, by the time I graduate, I'll be 26. But, to be honest, man, I might not even graduate in 3 years. It might take me 4 or 5 years because I'm doing something different this time. I'm taking my time. I looked at my course outline, or my academic progress, right? Course outline, whatever you call that, right? And it says that my first semester, I have 6 classes or 6 courses I need to take as a prerequisites for the next semester, which is semester 2. But instead of taking all 6, because there's no way I'm taking 6 classes all at once and then working part-time, that's not happening. So I was like, if I want to keep my current job, I need to cut everything in half. So that's what I'm doing. I'm cutting everything in half. So what my schedule looks like, I rearranged my timetable. So that I compile all my classes into 1 or 2 days. So on Monday I have 1 class, and then on Wednesday I have my 2 other classes, right? So Monday, Wednesday are the days I go to my class, and then Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday I'm working. But my manager told me that he wants me to just work Thursdays and Fridays, right? Because he's going to try to hire someone else, right, to fill in those days I'm missing. So it's more easier for him to find someone who wants to work. Because obviously he's not going to find someone to hire if they're only working 2 days a week, right? Because that's the thing where everybody wants more hours, because the more hours you have, the more money that you make. So it makes a lot of sense why he wants me to just work Thursdays and Fridays, right? And also, honestly, it's good for me too, because it gives me more time to study, right? So I think it's very manageable now, right? Because instead of working 30 hours a week, now it's 20 hours a week, so it's very manageable. And then also my supervisor, he asked me, he's like, because he knows a lot of people in my place I'm working at, they know that I'm going back to school now, right? My supervisor asked me, like, what are you going back to school for? And I told him, I was like, I'm doing accounting. And he asked me, like, why do you want to go back to school? And I told him, I was like, I want to become like our manager, right? And he told me about how, school is good, but you need experience. That's motorcycle. That's the really thing that's the hard part when it comes to how things are today, where it's not just all about the academics, right? And for sure, having a degree is better than no degree. You're probably going to make more money with a degree versus no degree. But now there's like an inflation going on where a lot of, a massive portion of people are going to college, university. Everybody has some type of diploma or degree now. So your resume, you might have to have some like co-op experiences, do some internships, have some extracurriculars. Maybe you're the team leader or head of some type of club. Maybe you're like you're the leader of a book club or some type of sports club or something like that. Or some type of team leader in the community. You have some community hours, or you're doing some type of service, right? You got to have something like that. So that's why the standard today is much more different. But in general, when you're talking about management, leadership, give me 1 second here. It's gonna turn green. Yep. But in general, when you're talking about management, leadership, what supervisor, this all type of experience, most of it you don't even need a piece of paper for it, right? You don't need to become a manager of a restaurant. You don't need any education. Become manager of a warehouse. You don't need any education. Manager of a pet shop, appliance shop, electronics shop, clothing shop, which I was very surprised because when I was looking at some of these, I believe I came across this job posting of like a retail store manager at some type of like fancy fashion brand, and it pays $72,000. So that's quite generous for a retail store manager. $72,000. But that's not assistant manager. That's full-on manager, right? That's not assistant manager and manager are different things, right? So you got the manager and then the manager has the assistant manager. But no, $72,000 is not bad at all, man. I'm 23, so it's not bad money. Honestly, even 45 or 40 between assistant manager makes like 45 to 60,000. So that's still really decent because I'm 23, So that's not bad money at all. Any experience at all is good enough. The pay comes along the way, so you don't really need to worry about that too much. Although obviously I came across some assistant manager roles that were like $20 an hour, which is questionable. But no, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, I think I've talked enough. My storage is gonna run on my phone, I think. So I'm gonna get out of here before my storage on my phone ends. I'll see you guys maybe next time.